Revenge is really a very sad feeling. Looking down on others is also a very sad feeling. This chapter of Nanatsu no Taizai, it it was heartbreaking, really. It was extremely heartbreaking. And I actually felt pity for Ryo. And strangely enough, I even felt more pity for Gerhard, because in the future she will become a human hater. And yet there was something about this that hid something. So many unanswered questions, and yet so much sadness. Yes, this is the Nanatsu no Taizai chapter. It is late, and it's 213. And it's the human side where they continue to fight. And the humans really can fight very well against them. But it's also worth noting that every single one who attacks the humans looks down on them too, calling them weak humans and calling the other cowards for not fighting. And even though one other human cut, and it turns out it wasn't Go that cut off Gerhard's eye or legs, it was another human. So Ruo killed that human and saved Gerhard. As they are the only two survivors for now, Gerhard reveals she actually could feel inside Ryo's heart a deep, suppressed rage and sadness. So she knew he had ulterior motives. And that's why she said, I know you're a good person. Because she was hoping she could help his sadness. So in the end, the fairies really did read the heart. And also she saw a little girl. That was Ryo's childhood friend. Someone who looked very similar to Gerhard. So this is once again playing further with the Ban reincarnation theory. It's the fact that Ryo also had a childhood friend who were in love with each other. And Ryo always saved her from her aid. But then Ryo reveals something that I actually do not actually understand, but it's still extremely sadness. It said that the humans had a grudge against Stigma, and that they did, because apparently Stigma killed Ryo's entire village for no for a reason they never knew. So Ryo and his friends actually saved a demon, a lone demon that had collapsed on the road, and actually that demon was a good person. This is so ironic, really. Stigma, which was supposed to be a troop of good, has been portrayed like villains, while a lone demon, was actually considered a good person. So the only reason why these four people survived is because, well, they were in the mountain training their hunting skills. So then they trained for the sole purpose of killing Stigma, and now they finally took their revenge. But Ryo felt this revenge was unsatisfied. They trained to take revenge on Stigma that killed their entire village for, well, a reason that that wasn't even explained. Practically no reason at all. And yet Ryo and his friends did take revenge for something that was just exactly like Stigma did. A reason that was no different from what Stigma did. In the So that's actually one of the reasons why Ryo actually bonded with Meliodas. They nursed a demon back to health, which was a good person for them. That was the only reason why Ryo could see that Meliodas was a good person. Gerhard wanted to understood Ryo's pain and wanted to explain brother, but Ryo could not stand that. So he decided that he wanted to die by Gerhard's brother's side. So, but Gerhard could only laugh heartwarmingly, because saying that the face of your childhood friend floated in Ryo's mind, and she could feel like there was an illusion how she cared for. No, he cared for her. It was a strange feeling. It was a warm heart. Gerhard felt the one thing that they called love. Gerhard did fall in love with human reincarnation, with Ban's human reincarnation. Do not exactly explain her grudge in the future, though. Maybe it's more like cynical, though. Maybe it's more cynical than hatefulness. She fell in love with a human that killed most of her friends, and she felt so guilty of that. Her brother then killed that person. So in the end, she decided, no, there's no good human in the world. Because in the end, King as Gloxnia did appear, portraying and then we see the scene that ended before, as that was the scene that Ryu wanted as the ultimate villain. As tears fall down, he tells Gerhard to live. As Gloxnia gathers a power and launches it towards it. King has always been someone to uh, to let go of his emotions, and every single time King has been late. Granted, this is Gloxnia, but it's still King is still late, and now he's launching this spear, which probably happened in the past too. It's just as I predicted that Gloxnia began to blame the humans for killing his friends and probably his sister too. So he joined the Ten Commandments. Dolor did too. But yeah, I mean, Ryu only want in one of Ryu's deepest wishes was actually for this holy war to end. He wanted this holy war to end, but uh, even Gerhard could believed that she could fall only if they followed Luciel's cruel methods could this holy war have ended. So yeah, I mean Stigma. I actually feel. I hate to say this, but I actually feel sympathy towards the humans. The humans in the future, and as well in real life, are nothing more than selfish, cruel, and absolutely uh, heartless bastards. That's the undisputed truth. And yet, Nakaba Sensei could turn it around. The goddess clan was portrayed more vile than the demons, and now even Stigma. They killed a human village. For what? And the words that these fairies and giants and goddesses was telling to the humans greatly explained that they looked down on the humans. They hated them. They believed they were weak. So in the end, this grudge against humans is not only because of this human betrayal in Stigma. No, it is also because they have always looked down on them. It's unjustified resentment. And it's an eternal revenge. A revenge that can never be cured. It's sad, really. This chapter, the emotions were too big. And it was too powerful, really. Wish I really could review last week, next week's chapter, but I don't think I can. So this still also doesn't answer the question: what was the trial really? Because it's obvious now that King is gonna fail. He's gonna kill Ryo right on the spot, and probably he's gonna trust Ban even less. The fact is that the next chapter is called "I Can't Reach You from That Day Any Longer." What the hell does that mean? Does that mean that Diana is not gonna approve of what King did? Because if you ask me, it seems that Diana is the one who has learned something from this trial. Perhaps she has learned to become more forgiving. And King, he probably won't learn anything. He probably will hate humans even more after this. I mean, it's not helping with the fact that one human turned his best friend into a zombie. So I'm just saying, what was the trial really? Was the trial a trial of forgiveness, or was it a trial of killing the guilty one? Who knows? All in all, just an emotional chapter, really. Who is the real villain? Give me your thoughts if you have any.